Hello, retro friends, and welcome back to what I think is episode 36 of the Championship Manager Lockdown Challenge. Last time out, we played Lyon in the league, Lille in the cup, and Bordeaux back in the league. Today, we are going to be taking on Auxerre. We've got Newcastle in the UEFA Cup, which obviously we talked about in one of the previous episodes. We finally got round to that point of the season. This is the second leg. We'll catch on how we got in the first leg and sort of what's riding on this game to sort of seal our progress or exit, whichever that may be. And we've also got another game with PSG because it sits quite nicely after this second leg. And again, clickbait things. So if you are new around here, please smash that like button down below. Smash the subscription button down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed today's content. And yeah, let's just get into what we are today. So we've got a few results to catch up on. Not as many as you'd think. It's quite a quick division. Here. So as I mentioned, we finished on Bordeaux. So our first game was a good 3-0 win away to Sochaux. I don't know if they've got Peggy off X in goal, so yeah, leaking the goals kind of as usual. And I'm hoping the sound's coming through okay. I'm trying to mix it up a little bit. I'm noticing as I'm editing, sometimes there's a loud sort of din in the background, sometimes there isn't. And I think it's the laptop noise getting picked up, so I don't know whether it's the mic getting too close to the laptop or whether it's getting too close to my face. I'm trying to remember what I do today and sort of see how that picks up on when I edit this one. So we'll see. But a good 3-0 win. There's an own goal in there somewhere, but Bailey and Abella Tresh with the goals. For us, yeah, good 3-0 win. We then followed that up with a 1-1 draw at home to Metz, which was a little bit disappointing. It's another draw for us. We're obviously racking up the draws this season. I think we're still unbeaten at this point. I'll have a look at the league table in a moment. That might not be the case, or might have even happened since. I'm not too sure, but yeah, we absolutely battered them. So to get the draw was a bit unfortunate. But if Sonny Anderson doesn't score, we've got a lot of young players in there. A bit inconsistent. So it don't always deliver the job when we needed. We've only had the mailman to deliver for us in this season, but we don't, unfortunately. We then had the cup against Bastia. We were 3-0 up in this game until, very late on, 74 and 78 minutes, really put the things on. We scored 2 late goals ourselves. I mean, we took the lead early, 40 minutes-ish, just before half-time. We added a 67th and a 70th minute to go 3-0. At that point, I'm thinking we're cruising. But at 74, 78, back to 3-2, back to squeaky bum time. And probably a draw would have been a fair result for them. But on the swing of the game, being 3-0 up, I did feel like we were in control as watching it. So yeah, a little bit twitchy, but we're through to the cup. That's the main thing. We will play Niort in the next round, who are a Division 2 team, but we can't count those sort of guys out because I think a Division 2 team either won it or got to the final last year. I think Monaco beat Monaco beat Saint Etienne in the final last year, who were Division 2 and still are, I believe. Yeah, they are. And Niort are 8th currently, so not having a bad season, not a superb season. Obviously, we've already beaten Lille in the cup, who are below them, so hopefully that's a bit of an omen we can take into that game. A positive that we might be able to get a result there. And then if we had a 3-0 win against Le Havre, whatever. It was left late to seal it with 2 goals from Sonny Anderson, 2 very late goals from Bailey. One from Bailey and one from Anderson, but they did also have a red card right on the 89th minute. Probably closer than the 3-0 suggests, but we were the better team and are the better team. But we get the 3 points, that's all that matters to us. And around this sort of point, there was a lot of transfer business going on. The window was sort of just closing, so we'll touch on that in a moment. And then we did have a ball draw against Newcastle in the first leg, so that's where we are today. We're going away from home, needing, just a win or a score draw to take us through. That's surely not the Leonardo. It is the Leonardo. It is. So he went to Rosenborg on a free after the first season. Wow. And he's been at Newcastle ever since for a few years. Really hitting the numbers. Very good player for them. Hopefully we'll be retiring soon so we can pick him up. But then it'll be another Brazilian, another foreign player. We have had Zelias injured for the last few weeks. As you can see, Georgie Popescu's in the lineup. He is back from injury now, but he's not quite fit enough to start today, which is the Auxerre game. We did then follow the Newcastle game up with a good 3-1 win at home to Nantes. Sonny Anderson with the goals and Ulrich with a goal as well. They got that Javari guy. He had a few shots, didn't take his chances. Yeah, he's having a good season for them again. Victor Anopko was sent off after coming off the bench. I didn't realise. I knew he got sent off, but I didn't realise he came off the bench. But very good player in this game. 33 now, but so slowing down a little bit. But yeah, fantastic player. And yeah, so that leaves us facing Auxerre today. But you know, let's have a look at those transfers. So we've got no ins, as you can imagine. We'll have a look at the money situations. Bear in mind who we're about to sell. We're still £3.5 million in debt. Is that 3.5 or just under £3.5 million in debt? So we didn't get anywhere near wiping the slate clean. Bernabia didn't go. He's still wanted. We've got Peba, I think is wanted, but no bids just came in time. Ren's wanting all our players by the looks of it. Angers and New York want Diawara. So hopefully they're players that can go at the end of the season. We've got a few players out of contract at the end of the season, but I'm really hoping at some point the board just step in and whack £20 million to wipe the debts and start again or something. I'm hoping. I'm not confident in that, but we need something because otherwise we're losing a lot of players. Our squad is very threadbare now. As you can see, we've got a lot of spaces and a lot of foreign players taking those up as well. So yeah, I'm thinking of changing system a little bit, test something out, because we've got a left back here and a right back, and it is having fullbacks. Again, I mentioned him a few times in the course of this sort of series. Nikolai on Twitter, I think his details are in my description below. There's a lot of stuff going on. He's had a challenge about getting forward lefts and forward rights firing, and he's doing one with Arsenal at the moment, and it seems to be working quite well with just a forward left, and he's put Henry at Arsenal sort of a few years ahead of schedule, sort of 2 or 3 years ahead of schedule, and it seems to be getting some good results for him. So, and it's a bit more stable at the back, which is probably what we need, but we might try it out towards the end of the season, sort of depending how the season goes with the league table, which we'll have a look at. In fact, we'll have a look at that quickly now. So we are second, level on points with Marseille, 6 ahead of Bordeaux, but with a game in hand? No, we haven't got a game in hand, no. And Auxerre, today's opponents, they're well off now, but looking to close the gap a little bit, and PSG as well, and then a bit of a chasing pack, really. A lot of teams sort of within a few points of each other. Down the bottom, we've got Le Havre, Sochaux, and Caen. Caen look to be all but gone. I mean, there's still enough games for them to do it, but they don't look like they're going to be good enough to do it. I don't think there's no one there I recognise either. I don't think. Not that jumps out. They've got an English-looking name there, Michael Walker. Yeah, he's a regen of someone. But yeah, back to transfers. So the outs. So we started with Falquero, good young player, decent, but I felt we had better options than him. He was one of the few sort of kind of financially viable deals we could sell. We've sold him to Derby, almost double what we paid for him. Never really played. He got a couple of games under us, but like I say, we've got Ulrich there, we've got that Osland there, who potentially may go still as well, but because he's one of the more higher earners. But yeah, we did manage to sell Underam. Didn't really want to, but if you look, he's 37. He's got 1 for pace. It was 2. It's dropped down to 1. He's doing okay for them, actually. 2 games. He got 1 goal in 3 for us. He is decent, but it's that foreign slot. 37, probably going to retire. It was like, do you know what? We'll get some money out for him. He was on a big wage. I think he's on like 20 grand a week, something like that. He had to go. So yeah, we cashed in on him. Asuar, who's gone to Auxerre, who we are playing today, has played a couple of games, doing okay. But again, it's that similar situation. Plays in the midfield. We had 2 midfielders. We only play 1 centre midfielder at the moment. That might change with the new tactic. I don't think it does. I think it's still a 1 midfielder system. Yeah, so it made sense for him to go. Again, he was a decentish salary. He was a decent saleable asset that we weren't using. We might as well cash it on him before it dropped too low. Off he goes. This one wasn't a player we listed. He was our backup left winger, younger, France under-21 international. Signed for us on a free way before I joined. He's a regen of someone, but he hasn't really done anything. Hasn't really played for us even this season. He played 7 games, 1 goal. He looked like he was starting to do okay, but I mean, it's that pace of 5. He had some good stuff like flair and dribbling. His shooting was decent, but we never really got a chance to see it. Maybe he was a bit young, but they just come in for 1.1 million bid, and I thought that was going to take us close to our sort of level equity in our bank balance, but unfortunately it didn't. And pretty much as soon as that money went in, another 3.5 million or 2 million or something come out of the bank. So yeah, not good days at the moment. And then we did sell Marquet, one of our backup left backs, to Le Mans, 275k. He'd been listed all season. We don't use left backs or right backs, apart from Sanyal, who plays as a makeshift centre back now and actually does pretty well. As you can see here, he's happy now. I think he was listed and unhappy, but now he's not. He is one of our bigger earners? 8 grand. It's not too bad. We've got to have some players. I mean, his pace is 7, so we probably would be looking to upgrade him in the summer if we can sell him. But to be honest, if he's only going to get sort of, what was he, 700k, I'd rather just keep him. In all honesty, he's not a foreign player. He can play there. He's playing well. Good average rating. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. We're not going to get anyone better, cheaper, lower wage or anything like that, and as if we can even sign anyone. But yeah, let's go and get into today's game. But yeah, we are without any spare left wingers now. So if Bellatrix gets injured or suspended or something, we are up shit creek without a paddle, basically. But yeah, 4th place Auxerre versus 2nd place Monaco. The team is pretty much as is. It's so small that we haven't actually got sort of space to sort of play around anyway, really. So, but yeah, like I say, I'm hoping the board do just step in at some point, drop a load of funds in the bank, even just to level us off. We can maybe sell a few players, bring some funds in, even if we can bring some as Compan takes advantage of a Willy Sagnol error to bury the chance, and that's not a good result. But yeah, if we can just sell a few players that we don't need to bring a few free transfers in, or say maybe a few contract expiries, something like that. We probably have to be a little bit careful with the wages, that we're not offering too big a wages. Obviously, Sonny Anderson wages are going to be gone because he's not signing a contract. He's only on a 1-year deal. That's what I had to do to sign him. As Sir Les Martin Bailey equalises on 17 minutes. And we are back in the game, back in the title race. Don't know who Marseille have got today, but Compan is a very good striker for Auxerre. I'm surprised a bigger team hasn't come in for him, whether it be in France or abroad. I mean, I think Auxerre might have finished second last season, so they weren't bad last season. So they're a decent team, reputationally wise, probably within France. But yeah, I can't imagine that he'll be there for too much longer. Oh, it just kept going till they scored. It does tend to do that. It just keeps rebounding off goalkeepers, defenders, posts until it finally gets slotted away. Whereas you might see with your chances, eventually they can get cleared. But oh, they're not playing Zetti in goal. They've got him on the bench. Okay. Oleg Luzhny's in there. Lacombe, I think, is a former Monaco. No, I was going to say Monaco player, but I thought he was, but he's not. They've still got Diomed as well. I'm surprised he's still there. He normally gets snapped up by like a Liverpool or something. He went to Liverpool in real life, didn't he? But I think Liverpool quite regularly snap him up in this, or Arsenal do sometimes as well, quite early on. But 3-1, it looks like this game. In fact, is that the first defeat of the season if it stays like this? I think it may well be. We'll have a look at the table after. Can we grab something, snatch something? We grabbed one back on 72 minutes. I think it was Sonny Anderson. Always in with a shout with Sonny Anderson on the pitch. And he is on the... Oh, see, there's the rebound. It just stopped after 1. It didn't give us the constant rebounds until it goes in. But, I mean, I want to make some changes, but our squad is so thin now that we haven't really got any quality on the bench. We never really did all season, to be honest. I haven't really used many subs this season. Only really when injuries have happened. But it looks like it's going to peter out for a 3-2 draw. Was it a fair result? Yeah, let's be honest, we deserve to lose that game. And I think, yeah, poor result. I think that is the first defeat of the season. It is. On camera. Cool on camera. But the defensive numbers have sort of levelled out a little bit. I mean, they're still on 21 and PSG still on 21. But look where PSG are in the league. They're not scoring goals. We're actually not the top scorers in the league, I don't think. Oh, yes, we are. We're tied with Bordeaux. Okay, who's there? Who's getting their goals? Who's getting Bordeaux's goals? I mean, he's out of contract in the summer. We might be someone we can... He's got good numbers. He could come in and potentially replace Anderson. Who's getting their goals? Let's have a look. Sorted by goals. Oh, Enrico Chiesa. He's still on a contract. He's a bit old now though, but he's having a barnstorming season for them. Great season for them. I mean, that's 17 in the league, a few more in the in Europe as well. But yeah. Not a great result to be taken to that second leg against Newcastle, but let's get there and I'll see you soon. Okay, we're back. We're on game day. I've already sort of tinkered with the team. So Zelius is back in the team for Popescu. He's fit. He's on 94% fitness, so I'll take that as a suitable level of fitness for him. And anything else we need to change? We've got 1, 2. Yeah, we've got the 3 foreign players. So they've given us a grey defender to work with, who's just as bad as Diawara, in all honesty. But let's just get on into this and hopefully we can just grab an early away goal. Maybe not too early. We don't want to bring them onto us too early, I guess, unless they come out all guns blazing quite early. But so far it is us pushing on early doors. And yeah, still 0-0, 15 minutes. They had a chance there themselves, but we don't want to score and have them completely attacking us unless they're already completely attacking us and we hit them on a counter and grab one. But if we can get through to half time, maybe 0-0. I'd rather it not go to extra time. This isn't a game. I said in the previous cup, if it goes to extra time, I'd rather just go out in normal time. We need this game to be a win this season. We need to get through. It's part of the challenge, but aside from that, let's just finish that train of thought. Aside from that, we need the money for the prize money. we desperately need the prize money that you get for getting through every round. Now, I was going to say, we've scored through Bailey, 47 minutes, which means they need 2. But within 1 minute, probably 30 seconds, not even a minute, they've equalised. John Dale Thomason, they do still need 2 for the away goals. I think it does only run to 90 minutes. There's no extra time first. But obviously, 1 more goal now for them. If we could have held that lead a little bit longer, that would have been ideal. 1 minute or 30 seconds, whatever it was, is not great. Gives us a tense sort of second half to try and hold on. Maybe try and kind of limbo. Do you push for the second, or do you just try and hold on to what you've got? So far, we're holding on to what we've got, but we are pushing a little bit as well. Can we hold on? Leonardo, set piece master for them. He's taking every free kick, every corner, and so far so good. We're through on away goals. I don't know how we did that. I mean, Glenn Crowe up front, I mean, he scored 4 goals for them, to be fair. Is he the guy who played for Arsenal? Okay, it's not him. I don't know who he is then, but I thought he played for Pompey, Arsenal and Pompey. Maybe it's not him. He's been a bit of a journeyman. He's not scored many, but yeah, so that's probably why they haven't gone through. Kevin Gallen up there. He's been around the houses a little bit, hasn't he? Sheffield United, Newcastle, Liverpool, back to Sheffield United, Huddersfield, and then finally back to Newcastle again. Okay. Kevin Gallen, was he not Scottish? Oh no, I'm thinking of Gallagher, aren't I? He's the QPR one, not the Blackburn one. Okay. Anyone else in there? Andrew McLaren, he's not the Glasgow Rangers centre-back, but he has played for Rangers. And Mihailovic, I clicked on the wrong guy, Radoslav Mihailovic. That's not, no, because that's Sinisa Mihailovic, who played for like Parma and Sampdoria and that, isn't it? Or Inter and, was it Inter? Lazio. Nikolai Henningberg, Wayne Briscoe, he's obviously a regen goalkeeper, I don't know, he's been to Arsenal, been around the houses a little bit. Sunderland and Newcastle, in fact Sunderland sold him to Newcastle, quite a huge profit to be fair, but he's a good goalkeeper. But we are through. Now let's see who that's going to give us in the draw. So who have we got? Leicester snuck through Tenerife, obviously we know Tenerife very well from our time in Spain. Marseille, oh no, Liverpool beat Marseille on their away goals. Quite glad of that, to be honest, because Marseille are winning our league and look very good. I think we have had a bit of luck against them, but saying that, they've got Michael Owen still. He's not delivering though, is he really? Let's be honest. He's not hitting the heights of real Michael Owen. Robbie Fowler's still there. He's doing okay. Leon Hardson. Des Hamilton from Newcastle. Well, he's been around the houses before he's been to Newcastle, but Didier Deschamps, Michael Dubry, Paolo Maldini, Sergio Ballesteros, we know just... I don't know, I saw his name pop up for something recently, but I don't know why. Brad Friedel in goal. Sean Devine, obviously we know from Barnet. He's been to Dundee, Celtic, and now Liverpool. He's not quite working out to be there. Kenny Dalglish of the modern day, is he? Victor Leonenko, very good on the previous versions of the game. Hasn't quite... He's had a few good seasons at Blackburn, to be fair, but at Liverpool he had a semi-decent season last season. This year, not so much. But Canute grabbing the goals there for Marseille. And then we've got Atletico Madrid just adding Stromgodzet. I'd love Stromgodzet to have gone through and got them, because they would have been doable. So who do we want out of those? I would say probably Leicester City. Oh, Everson's out of contract to the end of the season. Delia Debola. Andy Cole is at Leicester, because why not? Sam Winston, is he Barnsley or someone? Leighton Orient, okay. Who else? Diego Simeone plays for Leicester. Neil Lennon plays there still. Obviously we had for Northern Ireland. It's a very good player for us for Northern Ireland. 4-4-2 for Leicester. Where are Leicester in the Premier League? They are... Wow, 15th in the Premier League. So far you'd have to say probably Leicester. Atletico Madrid, probably, wow, yeah, near the top. Salamanca, they're in 10th. We'll check them out at the end of the season video like we always do. Marseille we know about, and obviously us. Yeah, I'd say probably Leicester would be the ideal draw. So we get 250k for getting through that, which is not the best, but it's a semi-final anyway. And we get Atletico Madrid, probably the one. In fact, where are Liverpool in the Premier League? They're struggling as well, in all fairness. Wow, they're even worse than Leicester. They would have been the better draw. Wow, but they're doing well in Europe, obviously. But they got Mannering. Did we have him at any point? No, we tried to get him for Fulham, but he didn't come. He didn't want to know. They're in debt as well. Roy Evans still the manager there, so we probably get the draw we wanted least of the three. But we'll make do. We'll have a look at how that sits in. Okay, so it's in April. I don't know how that sits within the fixtures. Okay, so it's actually quite soon. So we're probably not going to record it in this episode. Maybe the second leg. I don't know. No, probably not, because we're probably going to come back. Depends how the season goes. If it's more the league, I'm probably focused on this season. Even though the Europe is actually the big part of this challenge, I don't want to come back for every Champions League game. But we've got another league game to worry about first of all. Who have we got? We've got PSG in on the 30th. So we'll come back for that. I'll see you shortly for that, and then we'll after that game we'll work out what we're going to do. See you shortly. Okay, so we're back for that PSG game. There was a bit of a gap. There was an international break, so hence why we had to wait about 12 days for the next game, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but we did see some interesting, happenings. So Rio Ferdinand has left Atletico Madrid to go to Man United for 7.75 million 7.75 million rather. And obviously we got Atletico Madrid in the semi-final, so that is a big dent in their team. Let's see what it does to them. Who do they bring in instead? So they've got Daniel Prodan, or I'm hoping. Well, Palomino is cup tied. What is he cup tied? He's a young player, so it's probably not too much of a concern. Prodan, he's been there a while. He's not at Atletico Madrid in real life, is he? He must be. Okay, I wasn't aware of that. And Fiesens, I'm looking just to see if there's anyone they've signed who they're playing as their first choice who would be cup tied. But it looks like their players, they're making do with what they've got. Obviously, they might be able to buy some players. I can't remember how the window works in Spain. I can't remember if it's already closed. But obviously, they'd have they wouldn't be able to sign anyone who could play against us. Put it that way. I don't think. So all good. But let's jump into that PSG game. 2nd versus 5th. I didn't check the league table. So Marseille have opened that 3-point bridge over us. Bordeaux are still... they've got a game in hand. I was going to say they have still got that 6-point gap. They have got a chance to close it down. So we really do need to sort of be about our business really today and keep ahead of them. We've got another greyed out player in the team. They're really sort of padding us out with crappy grey players. But two tough league games today. Back to back, well, sandwiched with a tough Champions League, a UEFA Cup game as well, as within the first minute we are 1-0 down. Sylvain Leguinski, former Monaco legend, player, whatever, with the goal. And we seem to be in a little bit of a slide again. We seem to have these little slides where we might draw. Well, it was draws before. It could potentially be losses now. But obviously we're playing big teams. Sonny Anderson, he comes back in. Sonny boy gets the goal, 16 minutes. But hopefully we can catch that slump before it happens and just address it against a big team. As I think Thierry Henry puts them 2-1 up. Another former Monaco player coming back to bite us in the arse. Obviously, we didn't sell either of those players. I would never have sold them. I mean, they got Zinedine Zidane in there as well. I mean, what a team PSG got. Zenilson's just made it 3-1. We're actually not lost all season, and we're going to lose 2 games in the same episode. League-wise, anyway. I think we've lost, obviously, a cup game and cup games and UEFA Cup games in there sort of on the day. Oh, that's what we could have done without. It's that centre-back, isn't it? Oh, my God. Right, Afanu's going to have to come back in. Afanu's in, back at centre-back. That does not help when you're 3-1 down against a good team. I mean, look at their bench. Their bench would get into our starting 11, in all honesty, I think. They've got Sibierski, I spotted. I didn't see who some of the others were. But they've got a bet. I mean, some of the players you've seen them sign over the seasons, they have got a very good squad. Bailey makes it 3-2. Can we... Flew in like a rocket. Can we pull back a draw? Don't get sent off, mate. He loves the yellow card, does Ulrich. Can we just keep them out and maybe just try and pinch another one for the draw? There's not many other changes I can make, in all honesty. I don't trust anyone else we can bring on. We've got Osland on the bench as our striker purely because we've got no other players that can come on. That's a red card, but with 4 minutes to go, who really cares? Unless we score, we don't. We get another yellow. Foul on Ulrich, they're going to injure him now, aren't they? Elias, nothing. Another loss. I mean, look at their team. It's littered with superstars. They've got Jardel they recently bought as well. That is a bad result. So Marseille have won. Bordeaux, they've drawn. So they haven't completely closed the gap on us. They can come to within 2 points of us. We're now 6 behind Marseille. Wow, okay, do we play them again? We do. We play them in a couple of weeks. So, yes, our next game will be Leicester Madrid, but obviously we're not going to come back for that in the episode. I'm just kind of exasperated that we've gone all season without losing, and then we've lost. It happens. You get back runs of form. If your confidence is high and you lose a game, that can be it. You can start losing a couple in a row, and we obviously had a draw in the middle with Newcastle, but that hasn't really helped. But we've got Atletico Madrid now, a couple of tough games, a couple of cup games, a lot of games on the legs, tough on the legs for a small squad. Got a bit of the feel of Leeds about it, and Bielsa, very small squad. We're just kind of constrained to working within. That's something we'll have to try and address next season. But we're not going to be able to do it with any kind of quality if we can do it at all. So that's going to be really interesting to see what we do next season, what we're able to do next season as well. So I don't know exactly when we're going to come back. A bit like every episode. I mean, so far that Atletico Madrid-Marseille double header is looking quite good. But obviously if we lose the next 2 league games in the meantime, that could be pretty much the league wrapped up for Marseille. But as it stands, that's looking like where we may come back potentially. Just do the 2 games in that one. I think, and then we'll have maybe squeeze one more in for the end of the season. And obviously if we do get through the UEFA Cup and whatnot, that's there maybe as a sort of fallback on at the end of the season, or one of the cup finals or something. I don't really know. We'll maybe just play that all the way through on slow or something. I don't really know. We'll play it by ear. How long's Rame out for? Not yet known. We'll find out now. 34 goals is a new club record. I mean, he's banging them in for a few weeks. Not ideal, but we'll have to learn to live with it. In fact, who can we bring in? We'll just address that now. It's got to be Afanu, hasn't it? And then we'll have to stick... I mean, to be fair, we've got him on the bench already. We'll put Randall on the bench. Yeah, I think that kind of works. We've got Austin's on the bench as well for midfield. We need a striker, really. Someone who can play up front, but... yeah, that ain't going to be happening anytime soon, is it? So anyway, if you are new around here, please smash that subscribe button down below. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button as well. All that lovely usual stuff. And until next time, we'll be back at some point in the season, depending on how the next couple of fixtures go. I'll see you later. Take care. Goodbye.